Hello, in this example we have to solve x minus 3 out of x plus 1 is equal to x minus 2 out of x plus 6. Let's begin by finding least common denominator, which is equal to, in the first denominator we need x plus 1, in the second denominator we need x plus 6. So our least common denominator is x plus 1 times x plus 6. We also need to find the restricted values, and the best way to go about finding them is to take least common denominator and set it equal to not 0. So the least common denominator is x plus 1 times x plus 6, and we do not want this to equal to 0. This is already factored, so we want to make sure that x plus 1 is not equal to 0 and x plus 6 is not equal to 0. This is very similar to calculating domain of a rational function, and we get x plus 1 cannot be equal to 0, so minus 1, and this will become x cannot be equal to negative 1. The second restricted value is x plus 6 cannot be equal to 0, so minus 6, and x cannot be equal to negative 6. So our two restricted values are x cannot be equal to negative 1 and x cannot be equal to negative 6. Let's begin solving x minus 3 out of x plus 1 is equal to x minus 2 out of x plus 6, and let's multiply both sides by least common denominator, which is x plus 1 times x plus 6. So on the left we have x plus 1 times x plus 6 times x minus 3 out of x plus 1. The factors of x plus 1 out of x plus 1 will cancel out. And on the right we have x minus 2 times x plus 1 times x plus 6 out of x plus 6. The factors of x plus 6 out of x plus 6 will cancel out as well, and this will give us x plus 6 times x minus 3 is equal to x minus 2 times x plus 1. Let's multiply through and solve for x. On the left we have x plus 6 times x minus 3, so we have x times x. This is x to the second. 6 times x, we get plus 6x. Negative 3 times x, we get minus 3x. And 6 times negative 3, we get negative 18 is equal to x minus 2 times x plus 1. Let's multiply this through as well. So we get x times x, which is x to the second. Negative 2 times x minus 2x. 1 times x plus 1x. Negative 2 times positive 1, we have minus 2. Let's simplify both sides before solving. So we get x to the second. Then we have like terms of positive 6x minus 3x. This will give us plus 3x minus 18 is equal to x to the second. Negative 2x plus 1x. So we get negative 1x minus 2. Let's begin bringing everything to the same side. I choose left. So let's minus x to the second from the right, and we have to do the same thing to both sides, so minus x to the second from the left as well. So we get x minus x squared, this adds up to 0, and we have 3x minus 18 is equal to x squared minus x squared, this adds up to 0. We have negative x minus 2. Let's add 1x to both sides to bring x's to the left, and we get 3x plus x. We have 4x minus 18 is equal to negative x plus x adds up to 0 minus 2. So now we have 4x minus 18 is equal to negative 2. Let's solve for x by adding 18 to both sides, and we get 4x. Negative 18 plus 18 adds up to 0, so 4x is equal to negative 2 plus 18, different signs difference, and we get difference is positive 16. So we have 4x is equal to 16. Let's solve for x by dividing by 4 on both sides. 4 and 4 will cancel and we get x is equal to 16 divided by 4 is 4. 4 is not in the restricted category, so x equals to 4 is our solution. That's all.